Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Dear students, we are discussing the important topic from the organic chemistry, that is some basic concepts in the organic chemistry. In the previous lecture, we have started an important topic, that is functional group, or you can say the characters group. In that very lecture, we have discussed each and everything regarding the functional group, how we can define the functional group. It is the group which affects the chemical properties of an organic compound. It is the group which determines the chemical properties of an organic compound. In that very lecture, I have mentioned that if we have a number of compounds, 5, 6, and all possess the same functional group, what it means that they will exhibit the same chemical properties. Today in this very lecture, we will discuss some important functional groups in the organic chemistry. At the end of the previous lecture, I have mentioned that there are a number of functional groups. Inshallah, in this very lecture, we will try to discuss, to know all such functional groups. Dear students, you have to mention some important functional groups in organic chemistry. You have to draw a table of 3 columns. Remember this point. In the first column, you have to mention class of organic compounds, which class we have. In the second, but we have to mention name of the functional group. जो class हमारे पास है, for example, alkenes, या organic compound का एक class है, इसका जो functional group है, उसका नाम क्या है? That is name of functional group. And in the third column, you have to mention the structure of functional group. Dear students, you have to draw it, this very important table. The first class of organic compound. I have mentioned 3 classes here, along with the names of their functional groups and their structures. Their student is the first one, that is alkenes. अल्कीन, ये आपने मैट्रिक में भी पढ़ा है. अल्कीन किसका नाम है? जहां पे डबल बॉन्ड होगा. अल्कीन्स नेम ऑफ फंक्शनल ग्रुप इज डबल बॉन्ड. फंक्शनल अल्कीन का जो है, फॉर एग्जांपल हमारे पास इथीन है, CH2 डबल बॉन्ड CH2. यहां पे जो फंक्शनल ग्रुप है, इसका नाम है डबल बॉन्ड. नेम ऑफ फंक्शनल ग्रुप इज डबल बॉन्ड. जो इसका स्ट्रक्चर है, यू हैव टू मेंशन 2 बॉन्ड्स, दैट इज डबल बॉन्ड. दिस इज द फर्स्ट class of organic compound, that is alkene. The second, we have alkynes. The second class of organic compounds, that is alkynes. You know what is meant by alkyne when we have a triple bond. Remember this point. Name of functional group is triple bond, and the structure you have to write 3 bonds. You have to mention 3 bonds, that is triple bond. Alkene, the first class of organic compound. Alkynes, the second class of organic compound. But here you have to remember name of functional group and structure. Double bond, 2 bonds. Triple bond, you have 3 lines, 3 bonds. And the third, we have the class of organic compound, that is halogen derivatives. जहाँ पे X होगा, halogen होगा, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. Remember this point. Halogen derivative. Name of functional group is halogen. Remember this point. We have halogen and we have X. X can be fluoro, it can be chloro, it can be bromo, it can be iodo. Remember this point. These are the first 3 classes. Alkenes, alkynes, we have the halogen derivatives. Remember this point. Now we will draw more, we will mention more classes of organic compounds. In the same way, you have to draw this table. Class of organic compound, name of functional group and structure of functional group. You have to mention it again. This is class of organic compound. Class of organic compound. You have name of functional group and structure of functional group. Dear students, the 4th class which you have learned in the 10th class, that is alcohols. We have alcohols. And what is the name of functional group? Hydrox. अल्कोहल का जो फंक्शनल ग्रुप है, उसका नाम क्या है? हाइड्रोक्स. एंड द फंक्शनल ग्रुप इज OH. जहां पे भी OH है, इसका माना ये अल्कोहल है, हाइड्रोक्स का नाम है. नाउ वी हैव द 5th one, that is thioalcohols. Thioalcohols. In organic chemistry, when we use the word thio, it means the sulfur will be there. Remember this point. Whenever there is sulfur in the organic compound, we use the word, it is thio. Thio means sulfur. Then thio alcohol, इसका माना है OH के बदले है it is SH. Remember this point. This is the difference between the alcohol and thio alcohol. Instead of O, we have the sulfur. Thio alcohols are also known as mercaptans. याद रखना बेटा, जो थायो अल्कोहल का जो नाम है mercaptans, these are also known as mercaptans. Remember this point. इसका नाम क्या है? thiol or mercapto. We have thio alcohols, we have sulfur instead of O. This is OH alcohol, this is thio alcohol. इसका नाम है hydrox. Thio alcohol का नाम है thiol, or you can say mercapto. Remember this point. Now we have the sixth one, that is ethers. Ethers. You know the functional group of ethers is O. O. We have O, that is ether. Remember this point. इसका नाम क्या है बेटा? Divalent oxygen. ये याद रखना, ईथर का जो नाम है, जो ऑक्सीजन, जो इसका फंक्शनल ग्रुप है, वो इसका नाम है ऑक्सीजन हैज टेंडेंसी टू फॉर्म टू बॉन्ड्स, इट इज डाइवैलेंट, हेंस इट्स नेम इज डाइवैलेंट ऑक्सीजन. ये याद रखना बेटा, ईथर का जो फंक्शनल ग्रुप है दैट इज ओ, इट इज डाइवैलेंट इन नेचर, हेंस इट्स नेम इज डाइवैलेंट ऑक्सीजन. रिमेंबर दिस पॉइंट. वी हैव द नेक्स्ट वन, दैट इज थायोईथर्स. We have thioethers. Then what will be the name? What will be the functional group? Instead of O, it will be sulfur. Thio. The first was ether, now it is thioether. Instead of O, we have the sulfur. Its name will be divalent sulfur. Divalent sulfur. Divalent sulfur. Remember this point. We have the thioethers, we have divalent sulfur, and we have the S. Remember this point. The first, you have to remember alkene, the second alkyne, the third halogen derivatives, the fourth alcohols, the fifth thioalcohols, the sixth ethers, the seventh thioethers. Now we have the next one, 8, we have aldehydes. We have aldehydes. Remember this point. What is the function structure of function group? C, this one, C double bond OH. This is the functional. You have to remember the structures and names of these functional groups. Aldehydes, it is a class of organic compound. And what is the functional group? C double bond OH. Its name is aldehydic. Aldehydic or formyl. Aldehydic. It is alternate name. It is also named as formyl. Remember this point. Formyl. Now we have the ninth, thioaldehydes. Thioaldehydes. If I will tell you what will be the functional group, instead of O, it will be sulfur. C double bond SH. It is thioaldehydes. Its name is thiol. Thiol. याद रखना, जो thioaldehydes, C double bond, oxygen के बदले sulfur है, it becomes thioaldehyde, and it is functional group, the name is thiol. Remember this point. Now we have the 10th, that is ketones. Ketones, simple difference, C double bond O bond. एल्डिहाइड और कीटोन में यही फर्क है, यहां पे C डबल बॉन्ड O, इट इज अटैच्ड टू हाइड्रोजन, मगर यहां पे हाइड्रोजन नहीं है, C डबल बॉन्ड O. रिमेंबर दिस पॉइंट. इट इज नेम इज कीटोनिक. Ketonic, it is also named as oxo. Ketonic, it is also named as oxo. Remember this point, ketonic or oxo. Aldehydes, thioaldehydes. Ketones, now it will be thioketones. The 11th we have thioketones. Thioketones. What will be the functional group? C double bond S. Instead of O, we have the sulfur. Thioketones. Its name is thione. Thione. You can remember it as alkenes double bond, alkynes triple bond, halogen derivatives halogen. We have alcohols hydrox. We have thioalcohols thiol, aldehydes aldehydic, thioaldehydes thiol, Ketones, ketonic, you can remember it as thioketones, thione. But at the same time, you have to remember the structures of functional groups. Remember this point. We have the 12th, carboxylic acids. Carboxylic acids. C double bond OH. C double bond OH. Carboxylic group. इसका नाम क्या है? Carboxylic. Its name is carboxylic C double bond OH. This is carboxylic acid group. Its name is carboxylic. These are 12 classes of organic compounds. We have more. We have more classes. You have to remember all. You have to also mention their functional groups, their structures and names. Remember this point. Now we have the 13th, sulfonic acids. Sulfonic acid. It is also another class of organic compounds. Sulfonic acids. SO3H. You can also represent its structure S double bond OH. This is sulfonic acid. Sulfonic acid. Its group is named as sulfonic acid. Remember this point. Now we have the 14th, primary amines. Primary amines. Primary amines are also known as 1 degree amines. First I will tell you how amines are being formed. We have ammonia. Let us say we have ammonia NH3. If you replace one H from ammonia, you will have now NH2. Remember this point. This is ammonia. NH3 is ammonia. If you remove one hydrogen from ammonia, it becomes 1 degree amine. It means that it is 1 degree amine. 1 degree amine का जो functional group है वो NH2 है. ये याद रखना. NH2 इस 1 degree amine का जो functional group है इसका नाम है amino. इसका नाम क्या है? Amino. Now if you remove another hydrogen from 1 degree amine, this is 1 degree amine now. If you remove the second hydrogen, what will happen? You will have now NH, another bond is there because we have removed another hydrogen. This will be the secondary amine, 2 degree amine. 2 degree amine. Its name is imino. Its name is imino. It means that if you remove one hydrogen from ammonia, you get 1 degree amine. If you remove one more hydrogen, you get the secondary amine. If you remove the third hydrogen also from the secondary amine, this is 2 degree amine, you will have now N, simple N. This N, it represents the 3 degree amine and it is named as tertiary nitrogen. Dear students, you have to remember these 3 important reactions. The first, replacements, if you remove one hydrogen from ammonia, you get 1 degree amine. Functional group is NH2, name is amino. If you remove another hydrogen, you will have NH, it is 2 degree amine, the name will be imino. In the same way, if you remove the last hydrogen also, it is 3 degree amine, it will be tertiary nitrogen. You have to remember these 3 classes now. Primary amine is also known as 1 degree. What is the name of functional group? Amino. Amino. What is the functional group, dear students? Now you can mention it NH2. NH2 is known as amino. If we have 15th class, secondary amines. We have secondary amines. You can also mention 2 degree amines. Secondary amine, or you can say 2 degree amine. What is the name? Imino. Imino. What will be the functional group? NH. You can mention it as NH. This is the way. We have the 16th, tertiary nitrogen. Tertiary nitrogen. Sorry, tertiary amines. It is also known as 3 degree. It means that there are 3 classes of amines, 1 degree amine, 2 degree amine, 3 degree. What is the name of 3 degree amine? Function group of 3 degree amine? Its name is tertiary nitrogen. You can mention it as tertiary nitrogen. Tertiary nitrogen. And what is the functional group here? You have to mention it is N. Dear students, these are the three important types of amines: 1 degree amine, 2 degree amine, 3 degree amine. These are the three important types of amines. These are the 16 classes of organic compounds. We have more. For example, we have 17th one, Alkyl Cyanides. ये आपने मैट्रिक में पढ़ा है बेटा. Alkyl Cyanides. These are also known as alkane nitriles. Alkyl cyanides का जो IUPAC name है, that is alkane nitriles. What is the functional group? You know beta, C triple bond N. This is cyanide. Its name is cyano, or you can say nitrile. Both names you can use, cyano or you can use the nitrile. We have 18th class. We have another class, that is 18th class, that is alkyl isocyanide. Alkyl isocyanide. This was the 17th was alkyl cyanide, and this one is alkyl isocyanide. इसका जो functional group है, that is N triple bond C. One bond is coordinate bond. ये आपने पॉडिंग में पढ़ा होगा. When carbon forms the bond, it becomes cyanide. When nitrogen forms the bond, it becomes isocyanide. What will be the name? Isocyano. Isocyano, or you can say isonitrile. Isonitrile. Alkyl isocyanides are also known as carbyl amines. Carbyl amines. इसका माना है, ये भी आपको याद रखना, C double bond N, it is cyanide, this one is isocyanide. Now we have the 19th one. Now we have the 19th one, nitro compounds. Nitro compounds. Function group is nitro, ये भी आपने मैट्रिक में पढ़ा है. Nitro, its name is nitro, ये याद रखना बेटा, that's nitro. We have the 20th, alkyl nitrites. Alkyl nitrites. Remember this point, alkyl nitrites. Name is nitrite. मगर जो functional group है, instead of nitrogen, oxygen forms the bond. This is the way. When oxygen forms the bond, it becomes nitrite. When nitrogen forms the bond, it becomes nitro. Just like if carbon is attached at that time, it is cyanide. But if nitrogen is attached at that time, it is isocyanide. Same way, if nitrogen is attached, it is nitro compound. If oxygen is attached at that time, it is alkyl nitrite. Those groups which have two binding sites, which can bond by two sites, those groups are known as ambident groups. ये आपको बेटा वहां पे याद रखना है, ambident groups. Ambident groups क्या होते हैं? Those groups which have two binding sites, which can form bonds by two ways, which have two binding sites, those are known as ambident groups. For example, NO2, it can bond either through nitrogen or through oxygen. Cyanide, it can form bond either through carbon or it can bond either through nitrogen. It means that how many classes we have discussed? We have discussed 20 classes of organic compounds. Now we will discuss an important point here. Derivatives of carboxylic acids. Derivatives of carboxylic acids. Derivatives of carboxylic acids. Derivatives of carboxylic acids. Carboxylic acid. Beta, carboxylic acids have 4 derivatives. We can derive 4 classes of compounds from carboxylic acids. You have to mention at the bottom of the table, you have to mention this is the carboxylic acid. This is the carboxylic acid. You have to mention 4 arrows this way. Dear students, if you replace OH by X, X means halogen, X means chloro, bromo, iodo, it becomes this one, or C double bond OX. This derivative is known as acid halide. The derivative is known as acid halide. If you replace OH by amino group NH2, if you replace OH by amino group, you will have acid amide. You will have acid amide. This is another derivative of carboxylic acid. Acid halide is the first derivative. Acid amide, it is another derivative of carboxylic acid. Just remember this point. If you replace OH by alkoxy group is OR. Alkoxy group is when you remove H from alcohol. If you remove H from alcohol, the group is known as alkox. OR group is known as beta alkoxy group. Yaad rakhna. If you remove H from alcohol, it becomes alkox. Then what you will have? When you remove OH by alkoxy group, you will have RC double bond O. This one RC double bond O. OR. You can say R dash here. This is R dash here. When you remove OH by alkoxy group, it becomes ester. This derivative of carboxylic acid, it is known as ester. Acid halide, acid amide, we have the esters. If you remove OH of carbox, this is the parent carboxylic acid, by this group, O, C double bond OR. This group is known as anhydride group. O, C double bond OR, it is known as anhydride group. You will have now or C double bond O. This one O, C double bond OR. This derivative is known as acid anhydride. It means that carboxylic acids have 4 derivatives. You have to remember acid halides, you have acid amides, we have the esters, we have the acid anhydrides. Remember this point. These are the 24 classes of organic compounds. You have to remember the 20, and these 4 classes in total, there are 24 classes of organic compound, and this is the main important topic you have to remember in case of organic chemistry, that is various functional groups, their names and their structures. And inshallah in the next lecture we will discuss an important topic, that is homologous series. Till then, fi amanillah.